And we're back. Welcome back to the Auto Authorities podcast. I am Jay. This is Gerald coming to you live. What are we talking about today? Oh, it's scam time. Or is it tax time? Or is it tax time and now it's scam time? Well, it's both. And we're going to show you how to avoid these tax time scams. Are you ready to do this, Gerald?
Sure.
Have you ever felt like you were taken for a ride while buying, selling, or repairing your car? Well, not anymore. I'm Jay, and this is the podcast to tell you what to watch out for, whether you are buying, selling, or repairing your car. With over 26 years of automotive experience, we are the Auto Authorities. This podcast is sponsored by iAutoAgent.com. We're real estate agents for cars.
Booyah. Welcome back to the Auto Authorities podcast. I am Jay. That's Gerald. Welcome live. Is it tax time or is it scam time? Or is it both? That is what we're talking about today. But before we get into it, let's thank our sponsors, iAutoAgent.com. That's I, like integrity, AutoAgent.com. They have 3 different divisions. They have a fleet management division where they help businesses that have fleets, helping act as a strategic partner to buy the fleet vehicle, to maintain the fleet vehicle, and to sell that fleet vehicle for maximum profit, handling all those tedious tasks and letting the business owner run their business. The second division is the real estate agent for cars, where they help you sell your car, do everything for you so you don't have to meet strange people at strange places at no cost. And then they will also help you buy a car nationwide, new or pre-owned, handle all the details, deal with the dealership, and you don't have to move forward until you approve the deal. And then, of course, they have this amazing extended warranty program where they will shop all these huge carriers of extended warranties to get you the best deal on the warranty at about 40 to 50% of what you can purchase for one at a dealer. Send us a message at iAutoAgent.com. And Gerald, tell us a little bit about Wrestling with Sales.
Yeah, hey, we got our channel up on YouTube. You can also see it on the Fired Up Network on all of your smart TVs. And we just went ahead and added Wrestling Spotlight, the Wrestling Spotlight channel, 24/7 professional wrestling channel. I'm actually running the programming for it. We're adding independent territories from around the country, airing Wrestling with Sales on there so you can hear from the wrestlers on what work goes into being successful, and some nuggets, some inspiration you can take out for your day-to-day work, because everyone likes hearing from athletes and making those references from athletics to your job. Nobody's watching you sell a car, but you can learn from the people that are involved in professional athletics and how you can take some of those lessons and transfer them over. So always kind of fun talks. We talked with Cody James this month as a preview going into 2024. And it's really kind of neat. It's fun to actually have a whole TV station to run, and you can see it on Local Now, on TCL Plus. The same services you can see this show, we're actually on Shop Plus TV on those same services. So a good chance to get some low price television because all those services are free.
Nice. And then the Auto Authorities is on Shop Plus as well on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So other places that you can watch the Auto Authorities is on the YouTube page. It's called The Auto Authorities. You simply hit the subscribe button. So take out your phone right now and hit the subscribe button to the Auto Authorities YouTube page. Hit the notification button. We love doing this. We've been doing this for over 3 years. If you want to just watch us live, you can go to the Facebook group page, The Auto Authorities. You can go to LinkedIn. We're live at Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central Time. Or you can go to theautoauthorities.com, theautoauthorities.com. You can send us a message, but there's 19 different channels that you can choose from, that if you just want to listen to us on the way to work, iTunes, Pandora, you name it, it's there. But when you're on these pages like the Auto Authorities YouTube page, leave us comments. We want to hear your questions. This is a very serious time right now, and we really like to make people aware. This is scam time, and this is tax time. and they collide together. And what that means for you is, especially if you're looking for a car, you better beware because the scammers are out.
Well, and I think sometimes too, you're going to get unintentional scamming where the people that are helping you, the salesperson, the managers, they have no idea what they're talking about. You can probably go to a dealership today and buy a car, and somebody will say, oh, yeah, this qualifies for that accelerated depreciation. You can take it back to last year. No, you can't. And, how many people do you think realize at your local dealership what cars are eligible for accelerated depreciation anyways? You can get accelerated depreciation on a car if you buy it today. It's for the 2024 tax year, not the 23. But, if somebody's going to buy in a car for their company, do you think the majority of car salespeople really know what qualifies to get that accelerated depreciation?
No, absolutely not.
Pretty
And just
easy, but they don't. It's a 6,000-pound gross vehicle weight rating. That's it. But, a RAV4 doesn't qualify, a CRV doesn't qualify, a Ford Escape doesn't qualify, a Chevy Equinox doesn't qualify. It's got to be a 6,000-pound vehicle. Those are big vehicles.
Well, and even these, even if you're just an individual and you want to buy, let's say, a vehicle for your kid, where are you going to go? Facebook Marketplace.
Mhm.
This is where the fun begins, folks. And I'm just going to share, what have I been doing this over 27 years now? Some ways to determine, like, when you are looking at these ads. So, like, if you're looking to buy that vehicle and you can see a couple things. Number one, let's say it's missing a license plate in the back. Let's say it has a dealer plate in the back. Let's say it has a dealer in the background. Let's say it has cars in the background. And then it's under the individual side. That's got to be red flag number one for you. That means that they are a dealer trying to pose as a private owner. And that's a bad deal because some people only want to go to private owners. Totally understand. In fact, when you buy one of these cheaper vehicles from a dealer, there's a good amount of margin that is made on these vehicles still. And the chances are, if you're going out there looking for that magical $5,000 to $6,000 car, they probably paid $1,500 for that car. So what does that tell you? The chances of you having a good experience with that, and you think you're going to get in at $5,000 and $6,000, and you're not going to have to put money into it, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh, absolutely. And I would say if you're finding anything at a dealership for under $10,000, you're probably buying a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just not, there's a couple of things that are coming to a head now that I think people are just starting to realize, and it's going to make it a really tough market for getting that affordable starter car. It's going to really hurt buy here, pay here dealerships and the local independent dealerships who, some of them, like here, I work with Silver Eagle Auto Mall here in Kansas City. They do a good job. They sell a lot of cars to the community. They get a lot of repeat and referral customers. They're good guys. They legitimately try to sell nice cars. They're having trouble though, because this generation of cars that should be the $10,000, $12,000 car that everyone's looking for, well, they're falling apart and you can't repair them. This is the generation we're getting now to the beginning of the end of that first generation of continuously variable transmissions and that first generation of fuel saving technology, active cylinder management, where the car goes from 6 to 4 to 2 cylinders. Well, guess what? Those systems that saved you a mile or two a gallon, they're really, really, really expensive. And you can't repair them, you replace them. Jay, do you have any idea how much it costs to replace an active cylinder management system on a GM vehicle? The Ocho. Yeah, $8,000. And they are all going.
Yep.
I've had reputable, independent mechanics tell me that if you're looking at trading for a Traverse, an Acadia, an Enclave between the 12 and 15 model years with around 100,000 miles, just say no, because they are $8,000 to $16,000 ticking time bombs, because on every single one of them, the active cylinder management is going, that's 8, and then the CVT is going, also 8. So you're talking $16,000 that you know is going to go wrong on those cars. But those should be the cars. That generation of car is what should be filling up these local independent lots for $10,000, $12,000. Well, they can't sell them because they can't repair those things. I mean,
Yeah.
it's becoming a huge issue, because the cars that should be coming in, we're finding out now, they were made to get you a little bit of extra gas mileage, but the result of that is they're disposable cars. You can't justify fixing them, because you do that 16,000 of repairs, then you have all the traditional stuff that's still going to go wrong.
It's so true. Everything that Gerald is saying is true. Again, Gerald and I have been doing this so long. Like when you get into the Traverses and the Enclaves, they are so expensive when they break, and then when they break, they will kill you. And that's why you get a warranty. But if you got to get a warranty really early on those things, because the warranty companies know that these things they're not going to last. So it's really important, because the number one thing I see, Gerald, I don't know if you do, but I see these people wanting like $10,000 to $15,000 SUVs. Like that's like the number one requested vehicle. And then of course they want low miles.
Sure.
If you're finding a $10,000 to $15,000 SUV online on Facebook Marketplace, be very, very careful, especially if it has low miles. I would be doing a lot of, so like one of the things that I always recommend is when you go on Facebook Marketplace and you're sitting there messaging with this person, get their phone number, do a reverse search on the phone number, see if there's any type of, scams or things that are written about whoever this person is, or maybe it is a scam. Get them on the phone and ask them questions. How long have you owned the vehicle? Get the VIN on the vehicle. At least run a Carfax on the vehicle. If you come to iAuto Agent, this is something we'll do for anybody that contacts us. We are going to give you one free Carfax. You simply go to theautoauthorities.com and give us the VIN, or even better, go to the YouTube page, the Auto Authorities, on this thing. Give us the VIN of your vehicle, and then send us a direct message on how we can send you the Carfax. It's something to go on. I'm telling you right now that when you have that money from taxes and you're going in and you're like, I'm gonna go buy a vehicle now. There's price and there's cost. Price is what you pay, and the cost is what it's going to cost you.
Sure. And, I personally had an employee that bought a car off of Facebook Marketplace because it was $3,000, as opposed to buying one that we had at the dealership for $5,000. So, hey, this car looks great. I don't know why you guys couldn't sell it. This car has leather and a moonroof. Terrific. And it drove great. And well, it drove great for
a day.
1 week. Yeah, because surprisingly, things that are major problems like transmission slipping, head gaskets being blown, engine blocks being cracked, you can patch those up for about 100 miles, 150 miles. There's a lot of stop leaks that you can buy. You can put you can put sawdust in the transmission fluid to give it a little traction, to let it catch the gears for a little bit until it clogs up and seizes. So there's ways to make a car that people know is a horrible car go for a little bit. Right now, you're coming up on a week where it's going to be as low as -3 degrees with the wind chill factor here. That's a good time to sell a car with a leaking head gasket because the engine's not going to overheat.
Wow. This is these are
When
great
it's 50
nuggets.
degrees in a couple of days, yeah, not quite as much. Here, and in terms of finding the value, because it's like it's a time warp sometimes. People still ask for that same vehicle, right? I want an SUV with leather, with a moonroof, and low miles. I'm prepared to pay $10,000 cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. It didn't happen 20 years ago, but it definitely won't happen now. Let me show you. We'll play a little game here. A little.
Oh, I like games.
The price is right.
Let's play games. Come on,
Okay.
everybody. Who
Here
wants
you go.
to
You're
play?
the
Raise
next
your hand.
contestant.
I do.
Here it is.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if it'll work.
For those of you that are just listening, we're
Oh.
looking at an odometer that says 353,769 miles, and it looks like
There
there's
it
a
is.
check engine light on.
There you go. And this car, just for reference, is a Toyota Camry.
I was going to say it looked like a Toyota.
Yeah, that is an 05 Toyota Camry. It is actually a currently listed car on Facebook Marketplace. And these people are being honest. They got the check engine light right up there. It does say in the description, runs like a champ. 353,769 miles. Some light body damage. What do you think the asking price is for this lovely vehicle?
3,000.
Close. 1,750. It's been up on sale for 2 weeks. Oh, and by the way, it is a manual transmission.
Whoa.
So you don't have to worry about the transmission going. It's a manual.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of what you're getting, for just short of $2,000, you're getting a 350-some thousand mile manual transmission base car with the engine light on.
Oh my goodness.
Here's
wow,
one
I
more.
like that game.
Yeah, here's one more. There you go.
Okay.
Look at that, huh? How about that?
That looks like a scam.
05 Honda. Oh, no. 05 Honda Civic, mint condition. Looks good,
Except for the
doesn't it?
rust around the wheel well.
Yeah, but this is the good side.
Okay, let me see the other side.
$1,000. Well, the problem, and these people were being honest, but you have to read the description. Head gasket leaks, overheats if you drive too far. Yep.
Oh
You just have to keep moving. The highway's your friend when you have a leaking head gasket. Because if you get going fast enough, the air coming in will cool the engine down. You just don't want to slow down.
For those of you that are just listening to us today, there was a white 2005 Honda Civic for $1,000, and it actually looks really clean in the one picture, other than a little rust around the wheel well.
Yeah, but
It has a little bit of a problem, though. It just overheats a little bit. You can't drive it too far. It's kind of like I don't know. I'm just going to joke around. An electric vehicle, you can only drive 300 miles. That is assuming you don't have the heat, radio, lights, air conditioning, anything of the sort on. It's like, and then you're going to have to recharge it. It's kind of like an electric vehicle, right?
Well, you can play a game with it. You remember the Keanu Reeves movie Speed?
Yes.
Yeah, you just can't slow down in this car. You got once you get going, you got to go. You can't stop.
Yeah.
Because if you stop, then the engine's going to heat up. So it's fun. It's fun and it's transportation. You get to keep an eye on the engine temperature meter. And as long as you're moving, it's going to stay about middle. When you slow down, it rises up. So you can't stop. You got to keep going. You got to keep it at about 30 miles an hour minimum. So you want to drive highway, and you want to be sure you can cruise right onto the highway and not come to a total stop until you have to get to your destination. So it's fun, challenging, and adventurous, and you can get that car for $1,000. But that's just a sampling. That's the garbage that's out there. If somebody's selling a car for $1,000 or $2,000 in this market, the thing is ready to fall apart. It's just reality.
Here's the thing I want to leave everybody with. How can you protect yourself, right? We play the fun and games and stuff, but how can you protect yourself? I'm going to say one thing and one thing only. Get an independent inspection on that vehicle, period. A real independent inspection, not one of these things where they just go over for 15 minutes. I mean a real one where you do a test drive and you just see, what does this vehicle feel like? We want to protect you from making bad decisions. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Go to the Auto Authorities YouTube page, click the subscribe button, click the in the comments, give us the questions you want. Again, you get a free Carfax if you send a message in, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, hey, before we go, I did find one more. We should run the free Carfax.
We have one more bonus.
Yeah. Somebody's going to want to get in on this one.
Okay.
It's an 09 Nissan Murano SL. Oh. It's an SUV. It's what everybody's looking for, right? Only $1,500. It could be yours. This description sells it. It just does. Driven only 170,000 miles. It's a Kentucky rebuilt title. The starter's gone out. Just tap on the solenoid. The car starts right up. It keeps tripping the main fuse. I have a replacement starter and a fuse block ready for you with the relays. So there you go. Front tires are pretty worn. Rear tires are new. May want to rotate them. A new battery. As of right now, it won't run due to the starter, but I'm giving you the new starter. You just have to put it in. You can either replace it and drive it home from here or have it towed, and I'm open to taking trade-ins. I mean, that's a gem. You need to get a hold of that guy.
Come on, everybody. Who first one gets it.
Man. Because everybody knows they make the best rebuilt salvage cars in Kentucky.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Oh, wow. There you go. It's available now on Facebook Marketplace.
All right. Well, great way to end the episode, and we'll see everybody.